Hello everyone, it's me, Stepacide. That's me, that's who I am, I'm Stepacide. Today's video we're going to be talking about the rather atrocious new KSI album, All Over the Place, apparently Platinum VIP Edition. Today we're going to be talking about this album in detail, track by track, so sit down. KSI, if for some odd reason you're watching this, too long didn't read, this sucks ass. Okay, let's go on from there. We have track number 1, The Moment, and this feels just like a generic dissimulation Travis Scott ripoff. That's what it feels like. It feels bland. First of all, you're gonna hear that word a lot in this review. A lot of layering, a lot of auto-tune, and I'm holding my hands up here. I'm not an auto-tune hater. I think autotune is great when it's used for a purpose and as an artistic choice, and it is used as an artistic choice, but it feels meaningless. It feels bleh. I don't get any sense of anything from this track. It feels better than the rest of the tracks, but in the grand scheme of things, in a vacuum, sucks ass. Next we have literally the most hilarious thing ever, and that is number 2. Okay, and this is track number 2. Funny, right? Funny title. This is a feature from Future and 21 Savage, which is like, that's pretty big. Okay, going from YouTuber to getting Future and 21 Savage on a track, that's some pretty big game. But yeah, it doesn't come through, especially that 21 Savage verse. I'll get into that in just a second. Anyways, KSI almost takes the backseat on this track, which happens a lot in this record. It feels like he's more the feature than anyone else. This is the most YouTuber KSI music KSI has made outside of YouTube, I'd say. It doesn't feel congruent with anything else. It feels lost in the background. It feels, I wouldn't say rushed, but it just feels uncared for. The features aren't very good. Future is decent, I guess. 21 Savage, on the other hand, now that's some gold right there. Now thankfully 21 only has one verse in this song. Not thankfully, terrible. I can't believe it. Why am I not getting more verses of 21 Savage on this KSI track? I'm so sad. I actually want to jump off a bridge. Why can't I get more 21 Savage in this track? Why can't I have more lines like, I don't love her, I love my cash, COVID-19, I wear my mask? Or such masterful lines as, I am big dog, I love to step on puppy. Not to mention the glorious, most shiny, the thing that outshines everything on this track is the constant 21 ad lib after every single thing 21 says. 21. It's amazing. It's like, sometimes, I'm listening to a track and I'm like, oh wait, who's the feature on this track? I forget. And when 21 Savage repeats the first part of his name after every line he says, it's really, it's really touching that he would look out for me, whenever someone's like, goldfish memory. Can't really remember who the hell I'm listening to. Quite considerate of 21 Savage here on this track, and have to give it to him. Next we have Patience, was actually dropped as a single, and you'd assume the single's better, than the rest of the album, because more production, more time maybe put into the single, who knows? A single usually puts its best foot forward for the album. And I can see what they're trying to go for here. Another 2 big features, Youngblood and Polo G, really pushing it out there. Yeah, this is what do I say here? Again, KSI takes the back burner on this track. Nothing memorable from him. I guess who really stole the show was Youngblood, who did some pretty epic vocals here. I mean, by epic I mean basic. They were good. He sang on the track, and he did like the chorus and everything. And you will see that a lot here whenever there's a feature. They will usually, if there's a track that's semi-decent, the feature does the chorus. Synth is very heavy on this particular record, which I'm not sure why KSI is going for that, especially because KSI is not a good singer. He's a decent rapper, I'd say. I'd say he's relatively good whenever he's in his element. Houdini was pretty damn good, I'd say. I really liked Houdini. I thought he did a really good job on that. So why are you going Dua Lipa on us, KSI? You're doing synthesizers and drum loops now? This is KSI now. This is KSI? Maybe? I guess? I mean, is this what he's going for? Then we get probably the worst track on this album. You. This has to be the most boring song I've ever heard. It's literally chorus, verse, outro. Like, It is so repetitive, and what doesn't help is that the chorus itself is repetitive. I'll just read it to you here. Everything I do, I do. I do it all for you, for you. You're the only one. You're the only one. So you literally have a line that repeats at the end, a line that repeats at the end, and then a line that then is then doubled and to the same line again, and then you repeat all of that again, and that's a chorus repeated 3 times. 3 times, that's 5. Good job. It's astonishing. Literally, we've already put down that KSI is not a good singer. So unless he's trying to put his foot forward and say, hey, I'm going to try singing again because I think I'm pretty good at it, I don't know what's going on here. Why would you do this? He's trying to go for this like heartfelt, serious track that's like, wow, I'm KSI and I'm really heartfelt and I love people and I'd do anything for you, and like, this isn't KSI. This just isn't. I'm not saying, oh, KSI is to bind to a certain sound and that's the only thing KSI can do, but like, it seems uncharacteristic. It doesn't seem anything like he would, should, or can properly do. Yeah, not good. No Guma for this one. I'm not even sure what that means, but no Guma. Next we have Gang Gang with 2 features on it. Seeing a little bit of a rhythm here. This album is very repetitive. I'm gonna repeat it again. I wanna die. Anyways, this time we have KSI feeling less prominent in this track, even though he's the main artist, and the feature doing the chorus. Sound familiar? I don't know. It doesn't sound familiar to me. I don't think I've heard a track like this on this album. Glad they decided to, diversify and really give us a different taste of music. Next, we have a song Rent Free with 1 feature. Wow, really changing it up. The feature does the chorus. I wonder if KSI made You and then said, you know what, never mind. Nah, we're gonna make the features do the choruses on this one. I'm not singing anything, because that's what it feels like at this point. This is just Gracie featuring KSI and J1 and Dino featuring KSI, and Craig David and Digital Farm Animals featuring KSI at this point. He's not doing shit. He's rapping on some of these tracks, but he's more of a feature than the features are. Next we have Madness. No features. KSI does the chorus. This is crazy. This is game changing. And it sounds like a diss track. It sounds like KSI diss track days. It literally sounds exactly like a diss track. Like, same flow, same I don't know, diss track, free to use, free for profit type beat from a channel with 3 million subs. I don't know. It doesn't sound special at all. It sounds, dare I say, bland. Nah, I'm not having it. Oh, guys, maybe all over the place, and this Madness is talking about the fact that he is in YouTube, and it sounds like a YouTube diss track. No. I highly doubt that's what's happening here. I just think this is a bad track. Next, we have Silly with another feature. Thankfully, KSI actually does the chorus on this one. Maybe he's stepping out and really showing him who's boss. Hey, Stepacide, I don't really care what you think of my album. I'm going to diversify. I guess he changed it up on this one. This is definitely better than the rest of the tracks that we've heard so far. Has slight re-listenability factor, but the lines themselves, the writing, the lyrics is not very good. It just seems meh. But the beat's pretty cool. I like the beat, and the feature wasn't half bad either. So I guess better than the rest of the tracks. But we're 10 tracks through, and I've heard 1 song that's decent. So I mean, I guess the first track was halfway decent. I mean, when you have it compared to You. I'm sorry, I'm looking over here. I'm just looking at this atrocious track list. I just can't keep my eyes off it. It's like a train wreck. Next, we have Flash It with a feature on it. Don't worry. And the feature does sing the chorus. Good job, KSI. You're really going for it here. Okay, so here's the thing about Holiday. It dropped as a single, and I don't mind it. It doesn't really sound like KSI, and it sounds like it more of a brand deal song than anything. I'm not sure why that comes to mind. It's not a brand deal. It doesn't have anything to do with a brand, but it sounds like, it just doesn't sound like KSI, which I guess is good. I guess because so far this album is negative, and it is KSI. That having a song that doesn't sound like KSI is good. He's singing. He's actually singing. The singing isn't terrible. The lyrics are kind of cheesy, but it's whatever at this point. Holiday feels kind of really different from anything else on this record. It feels like he was trying to bridge the gap between his regular dissimulation type beat and this Holiday type KSI. And so far it hasn't worked, and Holiday does stand out on its own. But it's not terrible, okay? It's actually quite good, in the grand scheme of things, decent in a vacuum. Then we get to my favorite track on this album, which in a vacuum is still actually pretty good. I have to give it to KSI on this one. It's Sleeping with the Enemy featuring SX, okay? This is pretty good. SX is a feature, and SX does the chorus, and SX sings the chorus. But the singing is really good from SX. I love the feature, okay? Really good. The melodies, really good. KSI's rapping, pretty good. The lyrics, kind of funny in some places, still pretty good. High re-listenability factor. The beat, really cool. Like I said, the vocals from SX, really strong. Really like this one. I added it to my playlist. That's really strong coming from Stepacide over here, giving this album the hate that it kind of deserves. But really kind of knocked it out of the park. Surprised me with Sleeping with the Enemy. So congratulations. You got a song in there that Stepacide added to his playlist. So you gotta pat yourself on the back, get a plaque on your wall that says Stepacide validated me for one track. Next we get Swerve, KSI featuring another feature from J1. Repetitive song. That's literally it. The chorus is literally swerve, 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 swerve. That's it. That's literally it. That's the entire chorus. It's bland. Anyways, that's it. Those are all the tracks. I can finally go to my bed, cover my head with a pillow, and try to get you out of my head, because it's just ingrained in there. Not because it's catchy, just because it's a parasite of it's a nightmare of like the worst song possible. It's like, how do you do it? How do you actually make the worst song possible? KSI did it. And what he also did was make an album that's a 2 out of 10. Wow, KSI, you did it. 2 out of 10. There you go. That's your big Stepacide score right there. You better be happy it's not a 1. Anyways, hopefully you did enjoy this video. Top track, Sleeping with the Enemy. I think this is pretty good. I think this maybe could go somewhere. If I had to pick another track, maybe track number 1, The Moment, or maybe Holiday. But you have to be in quite a weird mood to listen to Holiday and actually enjoy it. So that's it. That's the record. Hopefully you enjoy. Stepacide.com for all your merch needs. Like and subscribe. Trying to do all that sort of stuff. Trying to get those numbers packed down, packed in. And I'll see you in the next one. Peace. COVID-19.